What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? So I'm feeling a little bit better. My hip still hurts. My hip still hurts. My back still hurts. But I'm still grateful. Grateful that God is still giving me the wisdom to understand why this is all happening. Now let me get some YouTube shout outs for those that like to see more mature content. Not to say that this is like super mature content, but it's better than the bull that is already, flooding your feed. There's a young lady named River TV for women that like to hear gossip from a more mature viewpoint. That's RIVAH TV. There's a lady named Sade, or Sade. I don't know how you pronounce it. That is CHEZ, like the French way. And then Sade, CHARDE. I saw a few of her YouTubes. I like it. From what I know, I don't know many of it. I just watched 2 of them. And for people that like the spiritual stuff, there's a young lady named The Ascended Femininity. It's The Ascended, and femininity is spelled FEMININITEA, like tea. Like nowadays, tea like information, the cool term nowadays, like I got the tea, or tea like sipping tea, like the Boston Tea Party. Anyways, enough about that. So I started, when I was watching one of Shay Sade's videos, I was thinking about, her video was about interracial relationships and stuff like that, and how America promotes it in a way that is propagandized, or has a massive agenda behind it. And I was thinking about cultures that want to keep the blood in house. You know what I'm saying? Like Iranians, they do that. The Persians, they do that. Like Game of Thrones, like how like they want to they want to breed a pure breed, but keep it in the house. And I was thinking about, like, when black people say, like, oh, I want to have a black child, and we always are perceived as like racist, or what's the word, like exclusivity, stuff like that. Like, there is no positive way of saying I want my child to just stay the same as me, which is not wrong. But since society pushes a narrative that wants to feed the opposite narrative, it seems that we have to follow suit. Whatever the white man say, we gotta go with it, right? So I started thinking, do we naturally have a pride for ourselves? Or are we just tired of being traumatized as a unit? Because most people stick, well, I won't say nowadays, but generally speaking, a culture sticks with itself to build power, to build structure. Like I said, Game of Thrones. They don't you only mix in when you wanna combine power sources, and you want to expand land, power, and resource. Right? So I started asking myself, what type of power do blacks see themselves having, whether it's external or internal? And that's probably why we behave, because there's no need to have pride if you're not prideful within your actions. So it's like, if black people, we've been stereotyped so much as a collective that we ran with it as if it's part of our personality. So I started asking myself, are we prideful with the stereotype? So much so that when it actually comes to procreating, and we think that since the media feeds that narrative that we have to do it, and then we've realized that that reality that we're producing doesn't add up to what we thought it did, and then we get mad. For example, female rappers will say things like, "I don't need no man," and then women will feed that narrative in real reality, and then ask themselves, "Oh, why I can't get a man?" Because you listened to those that look like you that fed you a narrative that they don't even believe, right? Or like that, they'll say, well, you know what? I just want a child. I don't need to get married. But what woman doesn't want to get married? You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking our views are misconstrued. Our views are unaligned. So there's no need to actually produce with your own kind if your own kind is already destroyed, or at least perceived to be destroyed. We're doing the work for them. So I started really asking myself after watching these few young ladies podcasts, and I was like, because these people aren't bad people. We're not a bad people. But I started really thinking, if you want to produce a better people, what is it gonna cost? Like I had to really ask myself, if we could press a restart, if every black person could press a restart in America, let me not say America, worldwide, but let's just say America for small sake. If every melanated person could start over, would they still choose their own kind? Because I had a realization the other day, about a week ago. I was walking I was walking to the store and I seen this like nerdy black dude, and I'm like, he seemed like a regular, regular, like kind dude, but he was nerdy, and I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, if it take me a lot of energy just to get my own, and I find myself attractive, what's he gonna get? You get what I'm saying? And not to say he was unattractive, but he didn't have qualities that a black woman would say that I want him. And I said to myself, this don't look good. This don't look good for us. Because the pickings are slim. Not only can we not mate correctly, we don't even know how and who to mate with. And bigger than that, we don't know the purpose behind our mating. Are we doing it for intellect? Like, do we want smart babies? Do we want pretty babies? Do we want strong babies? You know what I'm saying? Because at one point in slavery, they had sex camps, right? Where they would just make us produce children for the slavery component. We need a strong baby. So let me have you have sex with that man, and he gonna make us a football player baby, where he can push mules, he can do all basically like animals. So I don't want, maybe I should title that, but I don't want to be too rude. Like are we producing as humans, or are we producing as animals? Like, what is our intention? You get what I'm saying? What is our intention beyond? Is it just production, or is it love? You get what I'm saying? What is our reason behind mating? What is our reason behind loving one another, if we still even do that? You know what I'm saying? Do we do it correctly? And if so, how and why? And are we even questioning our nature? Because this is where we're at. We're in the end. We don't see it though. We're in the end. And that's why, interracial is being pushed so much, because you can trick people when they're confused about their direction, where they want to go, why they want to go certain places, who they want to become. We don't even have these answers for ourselves. One thing I can say, I'm grateful to God that it's happening, because when you're dealing with a stubborn people, the best thing you can do for them is to see the horrors of their own ways. I don't like that this is happening, but it's necessary for a better people, for a better future, for a better generation, so we can actually question why we do things. And then we can unpack the trauma. We can unpack why it even happened. Because the reason why a lot of blacks do what they do, because they don't know their history. They don't even know how to shut it down if it gets too ugly. It is what it is. God will set us free. He'll set us on the right path. I won't say He's gonna set us free. We gonna set us free. And when He sees that we do it, He'll put in the rest of the work, because He sees that we're walking in the right direction. Otherwise, we might just be headed towards damnation. And for me personally, I don't even care, because we did it to ourselves. But we still have room for change and redemption if we seek it and we really want to do right. I'm looking forward to the future. It's weird. It's weird that this is what human nature is. Like, this is, out of all this ingenuity, this is where it got us. With all these ethnicities and all this going on and all this mental power and all this imagination and all this magic that He gave us, this is where we at. It's crazy. But anyways, let me get some sleep. Let me write in my journal. Let me read the scripture. Let me talk to God before I start a new day. Enjoy yourselves and stay, what should I say? Stay positive. Um, stay ambitious. Stay having love in your heart. Stay having the light still shine within. Because I know it's hard. And I know it's hard when you don't have any hope. And stay knowing that God is the answer. The real one. Yahshua only. There is reason for seeking better days. Most people don't have no imagination to see better. That's why they live such a dull, depressing, downer life, because they don't see a brighter day. Know that there is better, but you have to write out, draw out a map to a better future, to a better day, to a brighter paradise. If you can't see a better version of reality, ain't never gonna be one. There is better, but you have to, one, see it within, and then see that others are capable of helping you or assist you in producing that future. You get what I'm saying? There is better within us, but we gotta see it first. The white man not gonna tell us. The Asian man not gonna tell us. The Indian man not gonna tell us. The Arab man not gonna tell us. And whoever else, man, that ain't us. They're not gonna say nothing, because it benefits other people to have us subjugated to this type of pain and this type of trauma and this type of mental and spiritual confusion. It benefits other people. They can still be cool with you. That's the worst part. But collectively, it benefits everyone on this chessboard called Earth to have us in a back. Because the longer we stay ignorant, the further and the longer they can stay in power, in a level of false ascendance. All you gotta do is keep the other one stupid. So I say this to say that if we really do want to be a better people, learn how to love yourself and also learn how to love your counterpart. Black women can do it, but they gotta believe it. Black men can do it, but they gotta believe it too. If one of us or two of us don't believe it, it ain't no one-on-one type of game. We both have to believe it together, and then we can accomplish it. If we don't believe it together, it's over. It's null and void. We're done. But if you can believe together, we can win.